it do, man? It is your boy, Abdul up next, and I'm back with another video today, man. Today we are reacting to weird true animations. These are people that tell their story about their strange life. And honestly, we watched it only one time and I was baffled. I couldn't believe the things they said. But do believe it or not, it can get worse. The title of this one is called I'm a Young Sugar Baby. How to Buy Me for Money. Oh, Chucky, I was gonna knock you out anyway. So the second one is called I Destroyed My Teacher's Career. I was like a little happy because I did the same thing when I was in 3rd grade. I got my teacher kicked out of school. I don't even remember why I did it. I just remember getting everybody in my class to sign a little thing, and it actually worked. Then the last one is called I Saw Everything. Now, I don't know if that's a picture of her parents, like, getting it in, but that's kind of strange. So I don't know where to start, but I think I'm going to start with How to Buy Me for Money. 3, 2, 1. Like this video before it even starts, man. The goal is 3,000 likes, and I'll bring y'all to part 3. Let's get it. Before the video starts, I done seen the MILF. 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 I'm looking at the MILF. I ain't gonna lie. I'm damn near, I can't focus. No, I'm not clicking play. I'm gonna grab me some lotion and a sock, and I'm gonna end the video. Get slapped with the rest of the mama. When the rest, she get slapped. Let's go.
Life's hard when you're a single mom. I fell pregnant when I was 16, and my
We're not skipping past that. We're not skipping past that. What was you doing at 16 to get pregnant? I still don't remember how babies are made. Please don't tell me it's what I think.
Said he didn't want to be a parent so young, so he dumped me when I wouldn't have a termination. I dropped out of school when I had the baby. I called her Tamsin. It was tough taking care of her alone. She didn't seem like other children.
Time out. Did the man abandon the baby before the baby was even born? Yo. That is not funny. That man is 16 with a child, and he's already a deadbeat. He just like his own dad. Let's be real. He dang near just following the tradition. Everybody losing fathers, you would have thought it was a tradition. Where's the dads?
She needed a lot of extra care. When she was 5, she was diagnosed with autism, which explained her behavior, but it didn't make things easier for me. I was 22, no college degree, no job, nothing.
Do you even have a high school diploma?
Through Craigslist for ways to make money. I found an ad which said, well-off 45-year-old male looking for a lady that likes to be well treated.
No.
We can start with coffee and exchange resumes. Your
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Go to school. Come on. How you gonna drop, bro? What happened to your dreams? You 16. You 22. You could still run up $1 million in the next 3 years. How you just gonna automatically go be a thought? You wanted to be a thought. I know it's hard. Where your auntie? Where your mama? Come on, bro. You wanted to be a thought. All you had to do was put in a little bit of work for 2-3 years. They would have been up. What happened to that?
And I'll make sure you don't feel undercompensated. Hoping for a drama-free, mutually beneficial arrangement. It was obvious he was looking for a sugar babe. I'd never seen myself dating an older guy, but I was struggling to find work and still take care of my daughter. So I decided to send him a message, even though there wasn't a photo so I could see what he looked like.
What? You're gonna date someone who doesn't have a profile picture for his money? Do you see how that's the ultimate gold digger way? You didn't even see his face. You said you giving him meat. What you gonna say when he looked like Jeffrey Dahmer? What are you gonna say when that man looked like Fat Albert? What is she about to say when that man's... What if he smells like gorilla titties? You still gonna date him for that money? What if he stinks? What if his only deodorant is Axe spray? You still gonna date him for that money?
As I got ready to meet him, I felt really nervous. But I told myself it was going to be fine. I was doing this to build a better life for Tamsin.
No.
We met at a Starbucks, and he said his name was Mark. He was nothing like I expected. He wasn't 45. He was in his 50s and overweight.
Oh my God.
Mark was easy to talk to, so although I wasn't attracted to him, I figured we'd get on okay. His 2 kids were grown up, and he'd been divorced for years. At the end of our first date, he said, "We should go out for dinner. I know a few good restaurants." I still wasn't sure I wanted a sugar daddy, but I said yes anyway. The restaurant we went to was incredible.
He got riz.
My food cost over $100, and it tasted amazing. It was a nice place, but Mark was rather boring. I didn't really want to kiss him afterwards, but I did it anyway. Then he flew me and Tamsin first class to Hawaii.
Yo, who is Mark and where do I get a sugar mommy? What? Man, I don't care what I gotta do. Sugar daddy, mommy, something. But this is lit life. Nigga, you just ate $200 dinner, then you on your way to Hawaii and all you gotta do is date somebody 60? Man, if I'm getting flew to Hawaii, bitch, I get me some grandmas.
We stayed at a beautiful resort. It was lovely. But he spent so much money on me. I kind of felt guilty. Like I
now he has to hit.
Still, at least my money worries were over. Mark and I started seeing each other, but he didn't want us to move in together. Instead, he gave me a condo in the city and just came by whenever he wanted. He
what?
gave me a $6,000 monthly allowance. He even bought me a Lexus. I gotta admit, I loved my new life.
Wait, $6,000 monthly is all you need to live in a condo with a Lexus? Bro was giving you an allowance and coming by. Bro, I can do that with a grandma, bro. Where's my grandma? I swear to God, I knocked the cobwebs off and get in that thing. Grandma, you not even gonna have no legs when I'm done. I swear to God. I swear.
I sent Tamsin to a private kindergarten and started taking some college courses. Finally, things were turning around for me. We dated for 2 years until he suddenly dropped me. I think he started seeing a younger woman, but all he said was, "I'm sorry, but I'm gonna end this."
He saved your life, though.
I mean, it wasn't like there was a ring on my finger, but suddenly I had nothing. I hadn't graduated yet, and I'd never had a job. Who was going to hire me? I was so desperate.
She's looking for another grandbaby.
Website. This time, it didn't go so well. I met up with this guy.
This is terrible. You see, you had 2 years to get your life together and get back on your feet. You already, look, you was young. She was 22, right? She went had kids. This is how you ruin your life. How to ruin your life 101. $6,000 allowance. This is how to ruin your life 101. She had a kid at 16. Instead of getting her lazy ass up and going to school for a few years and getting a decent job, she went and became a sugar babe. Now that nigga done dropped her and she's over here bouncing from man to man. Not only is she bouncing from man to man, she's bouncing from 60-year-old to 60-year-old. You're down bad.
Let's call him George. He was in his late 40s, and from the moment I met him, I had a bad feeling. I was too desperate to care, though, so I started...
Oh my God.
He wasn't quite as rich as Mark, but at least he gave me enough money to stay in college. But he was always demanding. I came to see him whenever he wanted, and he asked where I'd been if I didn't show up straight away. If I went out with friends, he'd get really jealous. I felt like he wanted to control me. When he gave me an engagement ring after just 3 months, I knew
3 months?
I had to leave before I was in too deep. I texted him saying, "Sorry, but it won't work out." George went nuts. He came over and tried to break down my door. I had to call the cops to get him to leave.
That's what happens when you start dating on blackpeoplemeet.com, dumbass. The fuck you expected him to do? Did you not realize you even dated on online websites? Your job of being a sugar baby, you got it off Craigslist, you fucking idiot. You got lucky. You should be lucky you're not dead by now.
Yeah, he was a controlling maniac. I should never have started seeing him. In the end, I took out a big loan to finance my degree and cover my bills.
Oh my God.
But it was worth it. Now I'm working in an office with a stable salary, and I don't have to rely on a man to take care of me. Do I recommend finding a sugar daddy? Absolutely not. It's dangerous.
No common sense.
Guys are troubled and just want to control the women they're with. But maybe, if I was having money problems...
Man, a grandma can... Bro, I'll do a strange thing for a piece of change, bro. I don't think you realize how strange I'll get for the piece of the change. Bro, I'm telling you right now, if a grandma told me to twerk in a cartwheel, I'm about to twerk in the cartwheel, nigga.
Oh, hell no, man. What the
If grandma told... Fuck! Oh, okay, alright. The next one is called I Destroyed My Teacher's Career. Automatic W video. I'm liking the video and I ain't even watched it yet.
Hey, I'm Laureen, and my mom always made me feel like I was a big disappointment. She wanted me to be a straight A student, but no matter how hard I studied, I rarely even got a B-.
Hey, that happens to some of us. People still roast me to this day because in 9th grade, my first semester, I had a 1.2. Bro, I don't even know how I failed health. I looked at my report card after school. I'm like, damn. Wait, I got these grades? You would have thought I was smoking weed or something. I'm like, damn, French? How the fuck you fail? Bro, I speak French. How did I fail French?
My worst subject was math. It didn't make any sense to me, and my math teacher, Mrs. Blacksmith, didn't even try to help me figure it out. Instead, she'd make fun of me for being stupid.
Hey, I can relate to that. When I was in 9th grade, my teacher literally told the whole class I read on a 5th grade reading level with proof on the board. And wallahi, I'm not lying. I was beefing with my teacher so hard, she pulled up my reading level and showed the class on the board. I couldn't believe it.
If I asked a question, she would say things like, "Oh wow, Laureen doesn't get it again. Okay, let's all go extra slow for Laureen. 1 plus 1 is 2.
She's cooking you.
Understand it now, Laureen? Or do you want to waste more of our time?" I don't know why she hated me. I mean, I never disturbed her classes, unlike some of my classmates.
Time out, y'all. Look at these questions on the board. Y equals mx plus b, bro. If I see that shit again, bro, if I see y equals mx plus b again, bro, I started just giving up. Bro, and the worst part about it is, once you get to like 10th and 11th grade, when you start taking chemistry and physics, this is what the shit look like too. You don't even take science no more, bro. You sitting out here taking 2 math classes. I'm going to chemistry to math back to back. I'm like, damn, this shit about like the same class.
Because I'm rather quite shy. I guess she
was bullying your ass.
Perfect victim because I wouldn't stand up for myself. But she was wrong about that. At first, I tried to tell my mom about how Mrs. Blacksmith was picking on me. But my mom said I simply should stop asking stupid questions so I wouldn't annoy my teachers anymore.
Your mom does not love you. Your mom? Your op? That sounded like your op. That's some shit I say to the people I fucking hate. Imagine your own mom hating you like that. That's wild.
Took it too far. When we got a class photo done, she showed it to the whole class and said, "Laureen, why can't you smile nicely like everyone else? You ruined the whole photo. I can't on a wall with you looking stupid like that."
She said you look stupid?
And everyone else was giggling. That's when I decided to tape every class I had with her, so I'd have evidence of how she treated me. I started to ask stupid questions on purpose all the time, like, what's the difference between a triangle and equator again?
You asking dumbass questions like that, and then you like, my teacher's bullying me. No shit. You out here walking around like you got no brain cells for real now. Your teacher told you got no brain cells. So in return, you really got no brain cells now.
And every time I asked her to explain something, she made fun of me. I recorded her for 6 months until I had over 50 recordings of her insulting and embarrassing me. I figured I had...
Time out. She hated on you for 6 months? Damn. She's a pretty good hater. I'm just being honest. How do you hate on someone for 6 months?
More than enough evidence to prove my teacher had been picking on me. So I went to the principal and played him a compilation of Mrs. Blacksmith's worst insults.
She's making content.
Shocked, but all he said was to come back to his office tomorrow before school to discuss the matter with Mrs. Blacksmith. When I went home, I played my dad the recording, and he went nuts.
Dad.
No one treats my daughter like that.
Finally!
My dad knows a lot of policemen in our small town, so he asked one of his buddies to support me during the meeting. When I arrived with my parents and a policeman at the principal's office...
Shit! Imagine... Oh my God! That teacher is not leaving with a job. Honestly, that's what they get. I hate all teachers too. Fuck that bitch. Stupid ass bitch gonna talk some shit about the student who don't care to learn y equals mx plus b.
The principal, Mrs. Blacksmith, and 3 other men from the school authority were already waiting for us. I was so glad I had a policeman to back me up, especially since
she's such a snitch, but I love it.
Happy we were there to discuss me because I was such a problem student. But then the principal asked me to play the recording. I still remember how Mrs. Blacksmith's expression went from confident to, I am screwed.
That's what we like to see.
Turned to Mrs. Blacksmith and asked,
"Yes,
"Do you want to
bitch.
say something?" Her face went bright red.
You're
She
done.
knew there was no excuse. All she said to me was, "I'm sorry for mistreating you, Laureen. It won't happen again." The principal said, "You're right, it won't happen again, because you are fired." Mrs. Blacksmith started crying, but didn't say anything. She knew there was nothing she could do. But it got even better. My dad's policeman friend told her she was under arrest for bullying. It turns out that making fun of someone is a serious offense.
Oh, hell nah. You locked your teacher up for bullying? Nah, I never seen nothing like that.
Even though I'm not sure it was necessary to put her in handcuffs and to escort her outside. However, on her way out of the office, our eyes met for a quick moment, and I couldn't help but smile.
I would have smiled too.
Never came back to our school. And it wasn't long before word spread about what I'd done. It turned out I wasn't the only one she'd been picking on. Suddenly,
Okay.
all kinds of people were coming up to me to thank me for getting rid of her.
She pretty much had the Gunna moment. Like, she got credit for snitching. Like, they proud of her for snitching. I'm proud of you for snitching too, bitch. Fuck that nigga. I mean, fuck that teacher, honestly. I would have laughed. I wish I could have peed on my teacher grave. I don't even know. I think I might just still plan it out and do it. I got straight beef with like 3 teachers, and I don't care. It's real smoke when I see them. I'm going to jail. I'm going to jail. We got one more called I Saw Everything.
My mom always struggled with death. She had an immune system and often got so sick that I had to help her to the toilet and wash her body.
Oh!
Basically her nurse, while my dad always got home late, saying,
Shitty dad. Getting home late when your wife is sick? At that point, quit your job too. Take care of your woman.
He was working long hours to put food on the table, but I knew he was lying. Back when I was a child, he often took me to his friend, who also had kids.
Okay.
He sat in front of the TV while Dad and the woman went to another room and locked the door.
Oh my! That is sinister. You took your daughter to hang out with your side bitch kids? That is That is the most sinister shit I've ever seen.
Of course I was curious and sometimes listened at the door, but back then I was too young to understand that my dad was cheating on my mom. But now I was older, so once my mom had recovered, I finally told her.
She's breaking up her parents! Oh! Would y'all have told her? What would y'all have done? I don't know, bro. Cause look, you about to ruin your life. Because you have to think about your life. Okay, it's fucked up. But then your dad and your mom separate. Then what? You're living in the most depressing, broken home of your life. You might be broke.
I know Dad is cheating on you. You have to dump him and find someone better. Don't
Sheesh.
worry. He just goes drinking with his friends after work. No, he's not. Instead of taking care of you, he prefers sleeping with other women. Doesn't that bother you? Well, my mom...
She said he's drinking with his friends. He wasn't even drinking with one friend. He was around the bitches.
was in denial. I guess she loved Dad too much. But maybe I could open her eyes if I showed her evidence of his unfaithfulness.
Now you just trying to ruin
All I had to
it.
do was stand behind him and watch the pattern he used to unlock his phone.
That's
At night,
wild.
I crawled on my knees to his nightstand, took the
What?
phone, rolled under the bed, and checked his messages. Turns out my dad
What?
is a huge creep. He had a group chat with his buddies where they took photos of random women on the street so they could rate them on a scale from 1 to 10.
This is why you don't go out your way being nosy. You have gotten your heart broken. Look, for one, you doing the most hating I've seen in my life. This bitch is doing ninja stop dropping rolls like there's a fire in her house just to catch her dad cheating. Never seen no shit like that. For two, I knew your dad was a bad dad, but you ain't telling me he was a Reddit moderator. What type of loser shit is this?
It was so disgusting. But then I hit the jackpot. Just 1 hour ago, he had received an SMS saying, "See you again tomorrow, my bad boy. Heart, heart, heart."
8:41?
For breakfast.
He
and
was
told
asleep
Mom.
at 8 o'clock?
I went through Dad's phone last night and found a woman sending him messages. Liar! No one believes you. Oh, really? Why don't you show Mom some of your SMS? My dad didn't.
It sounds like we watching Candace. This sound like some Candace shit. Like, you just on some crazy hating.
Hesitate, and I realized that he had already deleted the message.
He been cheating for years.
And of course my mom didn't believe me without evidence. But now my dad was seriously angry. You should feel ashamed of yourself, spreading lies just to get attention. I don't care what you think. You aren't my dad anymore. I hope you die. That's when he took my laptop.
We're watching the Starbucks girls. Yo, this is how the home of a Starbucks girl goes. You're not my dad anymore. I hope you die. I don't know, bro. L cringe, bro. I'm cringing. You're not my dad anymore.
He was cheating on my mom, and there was no excuse for that. So
that's right, girl. You get him
early, but actually hid in the back of my dad's car.
Bro,
First,
what?
He drove to work like always. There, I
this
had
bitch
to
is
lie in the
crazy.
freezing cold for 8 hours before he finally drove.
You hid in the trunk for 8 hours?
The car, and I took a look outside. Dad was going into a house I'd never seen before. Soon.
All right, now if you going out your way to drive and hide in the trunk, bitch hid in the trunk in 8 hours just to find her dad cheating. At that point, you trying to ruin your life. But I don't know. Maybe this could work for the better. I hope she's cooking up for real.
After I followed him, there was only one window with the lights on. When I looked through, I saw Dad sitting on a chair. Then a woman came inside wearing a short dress and sat down on his lap. The woman was at least 15 years younger than him. It was cold.
Oh my God. Yo, Dad is a cougar.
I started a video chat with my mom.
Yo!
Where are you? I've been so worried. Mom, I'm sorry, but I have to tell you something. What happened? Tell me. I'm fine. But I followed Dad and caught him with another woman.
Yo, she's on some crazy shit. As she should. Catch that nigga.
Oh, don't worry. Just come home and we will talk about it. Okay, but first, I want to show it to you. I held the camera to the window and filmed her betraying Mom. She kept watching it for another 30 minutes, and so did I. Afterward...
You watched that for 40 minutes? You watched that for 40 minutes? That's disgusting.
You gotta go.
I went home and saw Mom putting Dad's stuff into boxes. When he opened the door, Mom told him, "It's over, you pig." But Dad didn't argue.
She called this man a pig.
Left, probably going back to the younger woman. I thought things would get better afterward, but life became even more miserable. We barely had any money and Mom got sick again. We were about to be evicted from our house.
I knew that shit was about to happen.
When Mom told me, "Call your dad, he might come back and help us." I hated the idea, but understood we had no other option.
You went out your way, spent 8 hours of your life to ruin your mom and dad's relationship. Now you have to call him because you're in the worst slump of your life. That's why you gotta mind your business in the first place, dumbass.
Hey, sorry for calling, but Mom is sick and ran out of money. We would be grateful if you came back to support us.
She's calling him like he left her on purpose. He didn't even try to abandon you. You asked him to abandon you. I'm just saying, he probably should have just came back and been a real nigga about it. The dad cheating like a motherfucker. Why is the dad on Hugh Hefner timing? This nigga's a cougar.
Well, my dad might not be perfect, but he moved back in with us the same day and paid off my mom's debt.
Okay.
He hired a helper for Mom. But right from the start, I wondered why she was so beautiful. My dad
so you're hating.
said she was a college student in need for money. But why couldn't he hire an old lady with nursing experience?
I mean, you making sense.
She did her job and took care of my mom. But Dad constantly hit on her, and she always flirted back, even if my mom was in the same room. It must have been painful for her to see them getting along so well. But she depended on my dad, so he could do whatever he wanted.
That's actually messed up. Yo, this nigga is... Bruh, this man's ex-wife that he has a kid with is sick, and he over here flirting with the nurse that's helping him. Yo, Future not even moving like that, bro. Future not even moving like that, bro. This is a villain.
When I got my report card, Dad took a look at it and freaked out. "Why are you such a bad student?" Huh? You've never cared about my grades before.
Damn, so they Asian?
Now? Oh, I'll send you to a 2-month summer camp as punishment.
Punishment?
Now it makes sense. You want me to go away so you can get on with Mom's caretaker. You think I'm stupid? Oh, now you start lying again. Don't you remember where it led last time? Wow, my dad was threatening me to behave or he would leave Mom again. I can't tell you how bad summer camp was. I made no friends and spent 8 weeks all by my own, reading the same book over
Bro, that could have been fun, though.
When
Summer camp was lit. I don't know about you.
Dad had some bad news for me. He said Mom had suffered a strong fever and permanently lost her vision. I immediately ran to her bed and hugged her. I couldn't understand why she was so unlucky. To make things worse, Dad told her, "I love you, and I will always make sure you're fine. But I have desires, and I'm not interested in a relationship with you anymore. I want to date other women. Maybe marry a new wife." Mom was speechless and stayed quiet. Meanwhile, I screamed, "You jerk! Just because Mom is blind and depends on you, you think you can get away with anything." Life is complicated, and you're too young to understand it. I love your mom, and I'm well aware of my responsibilities. Mom had tears.
I mean, he's taking care of her.
She said, "It's okay. Do what is best for you." And then she went back to bed.
That's not what I would have did, though.
The next day, I walked into the kitchen. I saw my dad making out with a caretaker girl. I was shocked because she was wearing nothing but a bikini. Things got worse when Mom came to make herself breakfast. Dad and his new girlfriend continued kissing each other, even though Mom was right next to them.
This nigga's wife is blind. Now he's fucking bitches in front of his wife, bro. This is wild.
It was absolutely disgusting. I said, "Mom, you have to move out and find a new guy." "But I'm blind and always sick. No one wants me." "That's not true. You just have to search. There are many guys who would love to have a compassionate wife like you, and maybe you can date a blind guy." But my mom was too afraid of change and continued her miserable life with Dad. I recently graduated college and moved out. Now my mom is all on her own.
Wow. That's a very sad story, bro. That kind of was a great way to end. I said great way. That was a bad way to end it, bro. Why did the dad just get so toxic? Bro, the dad was a big... Bro, I don't know who your dad was, but that dude was cold-blooded, bro. I'm talking in front of the wife. That's cold-blooded. I ain't never seen no shit like that. That's wild, man. Hit the like button on this video. Shout out to these 4 people right here. Look, if you want to shout out like these 4 people, all you have to do is hit the like button on this video and let me know that you hit the like button in the comment section, man. It is your boy, Dooley. I'll see you guys in the next one. Yes, sir.